welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone are doing great. So today we are at Kumli, and in this particular beautiful environment we are planning to unveil a new bike in our channel. I've been waiting to review this bike for a very long time, and at last I've got hands on it. On the count of 3, 2. So yes, we have the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 with us today, guys. I'd like to take this opportunity and thank Royal Enfield OMR, who has given this bike for review. Not too much of technical information, guys, and we're going to have a test ride and you're going to see some amazing cinematic shots, guys. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So this is a 650cc, 648cc to be accurate, and it has a horsepower of 47. And then we have 53 Newton meter of torque, which is available, parallel twin engine with 2-cylinder, and there are some good specs in this. We will see the bike in different sections. So first let's go with the front section, and then the mid section, and as always we do the tail section. And right now, if you see, this comes with a full LED system. This is the parking light what comes when we actually switch on the keys, and then when we crank up the engine, that's when the headlight access is available. So this is the full headlamp, guys, which is actually available in Meteor 650. It is good looking, but to be very honest, it's not bright enough. So you have the pass switch here. Again, this is not so effective in the night, and henceforth, we may need to put an extra, maybe fog lights or something. We have a very different and unique olden classic, mud guards which are available. And just below that, if you see, we have the upside down forks which is available. Then we have the disc here. The disc experience is really nice. As per feedback I've got from the users, it stops right then and there, and the ABS functionality also works really fine. And if you see the tire, it's a 110. I think it should be a 110, right? It's a 190 19-inch alloy which has been provided for the Super Meteor, and it's a tubeless tire which has been provided. So this is basically the front section, and we have the indicators as well. But I don't understand why Royal Enfield is still stuck with the halogen bulbs. I really expected that bringing such a beautiful looking machine, they could have given an LED setup. Maybe Royal Enfield, you can just plan and think about changing this to LED. So guys, let's quickly have a quick glance on the console, what is provided with the 650 Super Meteor. So you have a very big display here, and then we have a small Royal Enfield unique identification tripper available here. So once you switch on the keys, it is a very beautiful display what has been given, and obviously this is very much visible during rides. Let it be too sunny, let it be night time, it's clearly visible. So I'll quickly brief you on what all is available. So this is a speedometer which is kept analog. Maybe Royal Enfield wanted to keep the old tradition of keeping the speedometer in analog. And then we have the trip meter, the fuel meter, and we have the gear indication and the time, and then we have all the symbols here: battery, neutral, ABS, engine, and then oil indications. Everything is provided. So this is basically the trip meter. I will not be able to show you what features. This actually has the Bluetooth connectivity option to compare your phone, and you can have the navigation here, and any kind of calling options also will be displayed here. One drawback and flaw, what I would say, is there's no RPM meter available in the console, which can be a flaw, because I like to know if in a specific RPM system do, how does the bike performs, that is very difficult to identify. So maybe Royal Enfield could bring up that option. So am I here in the Bessel or something? It will be looking nice. Obviously you're going to have a lot of wind blast, but I hope Royal Enfield will have accessories for like a windshield or something which can actually protect the wind blast hitting us. The handlebar seems to be kind of wide and long. It looks really nice when you sit very erect, and it looks really nice. The switches are made of very good quality. So as I say always, Royal Enfield tries to improve their quality of products on each design. So I see that Meteor has a very good switch has been provided. So this will be the pass switch. So this is the low beam, high beam, and the pass switch, and then we have the indicators available here, and then we have the horn. Let's quickly hear how the horn sounds. A kind of decent horn, but I don't think so if you're going on high speeds, you will a person crossing the road will be able to hear on a long distance. And then we have the kill switch here, kill switch getting ready, and then we'll switch on. And we have the hazard light provided, which is actually a value add for most of the tourists. And then coming to the mirrors, one disappointment about mirrors is that it seems to be small, like the lens seems to be really small, and the mirror also seems to be small. I don't know how good visibility it is. Maybe while doing a spin, we'll quickly have a check, how good visibility is. Adjustable clutch available here, but it's kind of pretty difficult to adjust this with hand. So we need to either use some cutting blade or something to get this adjusted. But the ply seems to be really nice to use. So the midsection tank, it is a 15.7 liter tank. An average of 25 kilometer is what is being claimed by customers at a speed of let's say 90 to 110. You get that mileage, and anything above that maybe the mileage may drop because of the high capacity engine what we have. And because this is a parallel twin, and it is having both air intake as well as oil cooled engine, comes around 240 odd kilos, the overall weight of the bike. We have the branding here, Royal Enfield, again Super Meteor branding is available here. The seating posture is fantastic, guys, actually, to be very honest, because the way you sit down and the way you hold the handle of the bike, it actually makes you feel that the bike looks majestic, and obviously you're riding a very premium quality bike. So that's how it is. We have a big Royal Enfield branding here in the engine. Again, this the would say like the legendary RE icon. And then for this, the only disadvantage I see in this section here is rubber bush for the foot peg is good, rubber bush for the brake levers is good, but we have the brake calipers here, right, which is kind of little bit concerning, because generally the brake calipers will be either for the bike here in this area, but because it is here, there are chances that, because when we ride, when we wear big riding boots and then try to apply the brake, sometimes the shoes protectors may touch this cable. So this is a very critical cable. So maybe a kind of if you have something like a protector or something that can save us from touching that particular pipe which is here. Chrome finish exhaust. I'll quickly show you the exhaust note, but before that, let's get into the seating. The seating is very comfortable, guys. So if you see, the padding has been given very well, but there are advantages, there are flaws. Advantage is that a solo rider will have fun in this bike. He will love the bike, he'll enjoy the performance of the bike. But when it comes to a pillion seat, the seat seems to be a bit short. I'm not sure if a pillion will be comfortable sitting in this bike. The radius of the seat, as well as there is no handle to grab. So either they have to grab this part, which is really difficult because the handle will be here. It is very difficult to come here and hold this. But again, holding something in the front like this is going to be very uncomfortable. Maybe actually something like a back seat or something, which they give in Meteor 350. If you get something like that, it's going to be fantastic for the pillion rider as well. And also a bit of size increase in the pillion seat also will do justice for the traveling. And then we have the brake lights here. Again, LED brake lights, fantastic, but again, in the rear also we have halogen indicators. It's placed in a very low level so that the bike looks good when person rides. So pretty big. It's 150/80 and the 16-inch, and then it's been given by C8. So guys, the only flaw in this bike is that is about the ground clearance of the bike. Basically this is a 135 ground clearance bike, so the level seems to be very low, and if you're going on roads which has rocks and all, please don't think about it. This biker is a proper tourer for tarmac, and also a bit of muddy roads is fine, but not an off-roader. The cost of the bike, it comes around 4 lakhs, 3.8 to 4 lakhs it comes on road. And so is this worth for the price? When it comes to looks, it looks really nice. It is worth the price only. So we'll quickly go out and crank up the engine, and I'll show you the exhaust note, how it sounds. So guys, basically the exhaust note is fantastic, and the Super Meteor 650. I personally love the exhaust note, and if you see, the comfort level also seems to be really nice. Let's quickly take a spin, and I'll tell you how the feedback of the bike is like. We'll check into braking, the initial throttle, how the pickup is, the punch of the bike, and on an average speed, what is the kind of performance it gives. And other than that, we will test the other features of the heat, how much it's produced from the bike, all those information. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, let's start. Okay guys, let's quickly have a spin in the Super Meteor 650 from Royal Enfield. Oh my god. Yeah, that's called swag. So premium to use the bike. So here we go. Looks so majestic guys when you ride. So basically I love the bike for the way it is actually designed, it looks very nice. So it's something like you ride a big bike. So the only reason why we say Harley Davidson specifically in most of the videos is because their unique design actually matters. So similarly, Royal Enfield has picked up an India market for the bikes like this. So if you see, good. So the initial pickup, I'll see. Good pickup, yeah. The punch is so nice. The punch is so nice actually. It is easily maneuverable. So basically, if you see, the handle is so controlled right now. It's here. Can you see it? It's so controlled right now. It's going linear. So I'll quickly make a U-turn here. So we're going to test it. Woohoo! Such an amazing power and delivery output is coming. So I'm going to take the 1, 2, 3. Okay. Open feedback is the rear brakes are not so great. I'll see if I can see the marks there. So don't trust the rear brakes alone guys. It's not going to help you. So I'll show you here. So this is the point where it ended actually. So I'll show you the distance we covered. So looping this chain is going to be really tough for you guys. You cannot put padlock. You cannot put the side stand kind of for lubrication, and you don't have, only the G roller will do, but that too you have this crash cart, so it's going to be really difficult. Is it because of overheat? I don't know exactly. So okay, let's continue guys. So we start the braking here. I'll show you. It keeps going. I'll stop in a spot. That's a spot where I start applying. So this is the spot I started applying. So you can see the distance, how much it is actually taken right now. We are going to test the front disc, front ABS right now, how it performs. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, go. And 3, 2, 1. Ooh, see the difference. I applied the rear brakes there. I stopped it there. I applied the same spot, the front bay disc, and it stopped here. So this is the distance what actually the rear brake does. So my suggestion is to have both the brakes applied evenly, so that you will have the best braking performance. It's not just the rear brake, don't do that. Now visibility to mirror is good because the posture is kind of bit back. The mirrors are actually viewable, so no concerns on that. But I don't know what happened with the electronics all of a sudden. I'm going to check the initial pickup here, guys. So we idle on the count of 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, the power delivery is very nice actually. As I said, the initial torque is slow, the initial pickup punch is a bit slow, but once you catch hold of the throttle, it rips you apart. Now I'm going to quickly test the off-road mode. This road is mainly tested to check if there are any kind of shots getting hit, you know, for this I think 135mm is what I said, right? 135mm ground clearance. As of now, it's going very smoothly. I'm going to try the braking here in this particular terrain on the count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, ABS functions really well, but I know there's a small wobble in the handle, so the handle just moves a bit like this. Even in tarmac I face the same. Now I'm going to check the rear brakes. Oh god, I've applied complete rear brakes and this is how it stops, guys. Rear brakes are not one to count. Okay. How does it go? So basically, I'm trying to see if this bike is till now what I've rode. I never felt the heat in the calf muscle, and also if you see, the bike is really good to maneuver. As I said, the posture is what matters in a bike. The seats are very comfortable. I don't have any bump happening in my hip, and the vehicle seems to go really well. Maneuvering is very easy, but turning radius is huge, as I said. Apart from that, the horns, obviously there's a very light horn, not so suitable for touring people, but initial pickup I'll just show you. Did you see the initial pickup, how it grunted actually? The grunt of the exhaust is super good. I'm going to go back inside. Okay, now I hold this. So I've dropped the bike now down. I need to see if I can carry this easily. I need to see the weight. On the count of 3, 2, 1. It is carryable, but it's too heavy actually. I feel the weight of the bike. Shock absorbers perform really well. The best thing is good performance, good pickup, good braking as in the disc front ABS is fantastic in performance, but the rear ABS is not up to the mark. The tire radius is really good, the posture of the bike is really good, the tank capacity is very well made. 15.7 is a very decent for a 650, and the mileage which it gives is 25, which is also fantastic. The key switches, the controls, the console, everything looks good. So guys, with this we come to the end of the video. Hope you liked it, and if you have any feedback to improve the video, do put it in the comment section down. I'll pick it up and reply back to you, and yes, I will ensure that feedback is taken care of. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. And until then, it's sign off from your own Bharat. Tata, see you, and sayonara.